Archangel Michael says, the spiritual winds are shifting tonight, and what has been concealed in the dark is now being brought into the light. There's a transaction being moved in your name without your full awareness. This is not a coincidence, it's a planned event designed to keep you distracted while your rightful blessing is being diverted. You may have noticed strange behavior from someone close, a shift in their tone, or sudden curiosity about your personal financial matters. That wasn't concern, it was calculation. Someone who had access, someone who pretended to help, has accessed something sacred to you. A conversation took place days ago involving your credentials, your identity, and something you once signed innocently. But your angels were present, silently watching as an account was opened or redirected in your name. That action has triggered spiritual consequences for those involved. Archangel Michael says, they thought you would never find out because they moved in silence, but heaven has never been silent over your life. There is movement now from the realm above. This warning was not meant to arrive late. Type Amen to get blessing 333. A woman with a familiar face is linked to this secret transaction. Her hands touched papers that were never hers to touch. Her heart carries envy, cloaked behind kindness and casual words. She has been involved in a silent scheme with another individual, someone working in a position of paperwork or legal knowledge. Together, they have manipulated a form, a detail, a document that involves your wealth, your effort, and your future reward. This transfer was done quietly, but the frequency of heaven caught it. The angels have now activated an alert in the divine scroll of your destiny. The justice of God does not delay when His child is being robbed in silence. Their smiles are rehearsed, and their words carefully chosen to avoid suspicion. But your spiritual eyes are opening. The clarity you feel right now is not paranoia, it's divine revelation. Type Amen to get blessing 979. Archangel Michael says, this woman had no authority, but she was handed temporary access long ago, when you were vulnerable. She took advantage not in the moment, but she waited patiently until you trusted her completely. The transfer of money began with a whisper, and then an agreement was made outside your presence. Something that belonged to you was pledged or redirected toward another account. This was done to confuse, distract, and eventually leave you out of the picture. But you are not forgotten. Your financial blessing is spiritually recorded and cannot be stolen without consequence. The ones who did this have now entered a timeline of accountability. You will notice strange calls, delayed payments, or sudden requests for verification. Do not dismiss these. These are signs that someone is operating behind the scenes with your details. Type Amen to get blessing 112. You once gave someone access in good faith, to help, to support, to uplift. That access was recorded spiritually, but they used it with malice and manipulation. She presented herself as family, or a close friend, someone who cried with you and stood beside you during a difficult time. But all along, her spirit was in competition with you. That competition has grown into theft. There's a financial movement connected to property, a bank, or digital assets. Some of this money was originally meant to reward your patience and hard work. But a silent switch is occurring. Her name is not on the blessing, yet she tries to reroute it through words, through emails, or hidden meetings. But heaven is now releasing authority over your finances again. Type Amen to get blessing 646. The amount may be large or small, but the intent is dangerous. A small shift now can become a big loss later. That is why you were spiritually guided to this message today. Every person involved has now come under spiritual review. Nothing can remain hidden under the eyes of the Almighty. No signed paper will stay covered if it carries your name but not your consent. In the next few days, you may hear something spoken casually that will suddenly feel strange. That is your clue. Do not ignore it. This woman's involvement is deeper than you think. She's not acting alone. Someone from an office, a registry, or legal background is helping her erase or redirect your access. Type Amen to get blessing 580. Archangel Michael says, there is also a man who once promised you support, but his silence recently is connected to guilt. He knows something. He is aware that a document has been submitted on your behalf without your final approval. A transfer may have already occurred, but heaven says what was taken can still be spiritually reversed. Your permission is rising in the spirit world again. Your voice is being restored over your assets. They tried to work quickly, thinking you wouldn't notice. But God has caused delays in their process for a reason. Those delays are your window to act. Be alert now. Watch the faces around you. Someone who avoids looking you directly in the eye knows more than they're admitting. Type Amen to get blessing 441. A phone call is coming soon that will mention a transaction, a form, or a financial change that you did not initiate. Take it seriously. That moment is the confirmation of everything this message is trying to prepare you for. If you feel tired or foggy lately, it's not just emotional. There has been a spiritual blockage placed by those who do not want you to awaken to the theft happening. But today is your awakening. You may have felt something isn't right, even before reading this. That internal knowing is not a coincidence. That's the divine radar of a chosen one under spiritual warfare. Archangel Michael says, your name is protected in heaven. And what they thought was irreversible, will now be rewritten under divine order. Type Amen to get blessing 818. There's a file in a system, governmental, legal, or digital, that has been edited. You didn't sign off on it, but your signature is somehow involved. The truth is, this edit was orchestrated by the very person who once offered to help you manage your affairs. This woman used her relationship with you as a shield while forming her real plan. Her tone changed recently, and her distance grew. That's because the transaction was nearing its moment of completion. But an error occurred. A document didn't match. That error is now your key to exposing this. Be very mindful of people trying to get you to sign anything quickly in the coming days. They may use emotional language or false urgency. Pause. Pray. And remember this message. Type Amen to get blessing 737. Your ancestors are watching. They know this blessing was part of a legacy you were meant to receive. That legacy cannot be intercepted without causing spiritual consequence to the thief. You will now start to feel a strange sense of calm followed by sharp clarity. That's because divine fire is returning to your voice, your mind, and your authority. They tried to mute you spiritually, but it's too late. Heaven has begun the reversal. The transfer happening behind your back is now being mirrored back upon those responsible. What was meant to bless you will bless you. No diversion will succeed under divine command. A lawyer, or financial person, may soon reach out with information. Listen closely, and trust your spiritual instincts. Type Amen to get blessing 266. There will be documents, receipts, or emails that appear ordinary but are linked to this manipulation. Save them. They are your spiritual and legal proof. Some people involved still think you're unaware. Let them think so. The element of surprise is now in your favor. Archangel Michael says, your heart may feel heavy after reading this, but remember, exposure is protection. What has been shown to you today is for your rise, not your ruin. Those who betrayed your trust have only delayed themselves. They have not defeated you. What was stolen is now becoming your testimony. Type Amen to get blessing 993. You must not share this message with everyone just yet. Keep this insight between you and the divine. Act with wisdom and quiet strength. One of the names involved will be revealed through a dream or random conversation. You won't have to search, it will appear in front of you. That moment will confirm everything written here. The secret money transfer is not the end of your story. It's the beginning of a divine interruption. What they took in greed, you will receive back multiplied. You were never meant to be broken by this. You were meant to awaken from it, stronger and spiritually unshakable. Type Amen to get blessing 388. Your angels are standing near financial doors that are being reopened in your favor. These were doors that felt closed for months. Now they are vibrating with divine light. Stay alert in the next 48 hours. Something important will happen that validates this entire warning. It will be small, but powerful. They thought they knew how to manipulate systems. But they forgot that heaven overrides every system on earth. The truth cannot stay hidden when God chooses to reveal it. You were silent for too long. Now your voice and justice are returning together. Type Amen to get blessing 777. The transfer is being spiritually blocked now. The hand that tried to steal has touched fire. Let heaven finish what it started. You are not forgotten. You are favored. This warning came because you are chosen for divine restoration. Let the ones who plotted in secret witness the exposure that heaven is unleashing. You are not just recovering, you are rising. Type Amen to get blessing 555. Archangel Michael says, do not panic, because what is being recovered is greater than what was stolen. The exposure is not meant to scare you, it is meant to remind you that you are spiritually watched over. This attack is being turned into evidence of your divine favor. There is someone in your life who will soon start behaving nervously when you mention certain words. Pay attention to subtle clues, delayed replies, sudden excuses, or repeated conversations around handling money or helping you. These are signals from the divine that truth is knocking on the door of your awareness. The enemy moves through familiarity, but God moves through truth and light. This woman has been operating through closeness, but her assignment was darkness. She partnered with someone who knows digital loopholes or financial shortcuts, and they thought no one would catch on. But God placed your name on a scroll of unshakable favor. That scroll is being unrolled now in front of the angels. A reversal has already begun in the spirit world. Type Amen to get blessing 444. You will see repeated numbers, or notice certain dates that start to repeat themselves around you. This is not coincidence. It's confirmation that something tied to your birthright and finances is being rebalanced. They tried to alter a process involving your signature. They used information they obtained during a moment of vulnerability. But the document in question carries an error, and that error will be their downfall. They planned this in pieces, gathering small data, soft permissions, small suggestions. It wasn't done in one day, it was a slow operation of betrayal. But now, God is disrupting the operation. Even now, heaven is stirring the heart of a person who can speak up in your defense. That person will be moved by spiritual pressure to reach out. Type Amen to get blessing 606. Be still and observant in the next 72 hours. A phone call, a message, or a delayed response will expose more than it hides. You'll know the moment it comes. It'll feel like a jolt in your spirit. This message was not sent lightly. It arrived in this moment because you've been feeling unease in your heart, and now, heaven is answering that internal cry. What you felt was not confusion, it was divine intuition. A silent monitoring has been taking place over your assets or rewards. Someone close to this woman has been checking, reviewing, and tracking your progress, not to help you, but to prepare for the theft. But they made one mistake, they underestimated the timing of divine exposure. That mistake is being brought to light, and their plans are coming undone. Type Amen to get blessing 888. She wanted to stand in your place, but the crown was never hers to carry. She will now feel the weight of trying to wear something not assigned to her soul. There will be disruptions in their personal life soon, relationships breaking, unexpected setbacks. That is not your curse. That is their consequence. The person assisting her will also fall under spiritual fire. He believed his knowledge of the system would protect them, but no legal trick can outrun spiritual justice. You, the chosen one, are now being wrapped in divine restoration. All funds, rewards, inheritances, or redirected blessings are now returning to your energy. The hand that tried to steal will tremble. Because your angels are not silent, they are active and marching. Type Amen to get blessing 999. Be prepared for sudden truth. Don't let your emotions get tangled when the confirmation appears. You will feel shock, but do not let it break your peace. You are not being warned so you live in fear. You are being equipped to rise with power. This is not about loss, it is about recognition and spiritual recovery. The documents, the names, the passwords, the codes, they will all surface in due time. Heaven will orchestrate the moments. Your only job now is to stay aware and protect your voice. What is being returned to you was once whispered about in secret. But now it will be spoken loudly in public, for all to see who was truly favored. Type Amen to get blessing 717. You were not made to be small or forgotten. That's why the enemy tried to steal from you before the reward arrived. But you cannot intercept a divine flow without facing holy exposure. This woman once cried in your arms. But now her hands have touched your name in places she was never supposed to reach. This betrayal runs deep, but the healing and justice will run deeper. You will receive sudden clarity, flashes of insight, memories of past conversations, or dreams that show faces you didn't expect. All of these are answers. Archangel Michael says, this is not the first time someone tried to limit you. But this is the last time they will succeed. Type Amen to get blessing 223. The chain of deception began with a favor you offered long ago. You thought you were helping her. She thought she was buying time. But God is not mocked. Every intention, every misused access, every silent theft, has been recorded and now judged. Do not worry about revenge. The hand of justice will be more precise than any human action could ever be. You will rise without needing to strike. Instead, focus your heart on reclaiming your peace, your authority, and your rightful inheritance. Because what was tampered with is being reassigned to you again. Type Amen to get blessing 119. This will be a month of restoration for you. Doors that felt locked will suddenly begin to open. People who were silent about the truth will now begin to speak. There is someone who overheard a conversation weeks ago. They didn't know how to approach you. But divine guidance is now pressing their spirit to come forward. The woman who did this will try to act confused or innocent when questioned. Do not be fooled. She practiced her denial long before you ever knew what happened. Her entire strategy was based on your silence. But that silence is now broken by this message. Type Amen to get blessing 555. Archangel Michael says, no more manipulation will go unseen. No more hidden hands touching your destiny. Heaven has sounded the alarm, and now justice will arrive without delay. The transfer that began behind your back will now reverse in front of your eyes. There will be financial signs of this. Unexpected returns, refunds, reversals, or name restoration. Someone may even apologize soon, not for love, but from fear of being exposed. Their apology is not your healing comes from truth being restored. Let heaven handle the punishment. Your only task now is to guard your peace and prepare to receive the return of what was lost. Type Amen to get blessing 144. You will see unfamiliar names attached to your story, people you didn't know were involved. But they were hidden collaborators in the background. This is the final season of their silence. A contract was forged, but heaven never signed off on it. That's why everything is falling apart for them now. Their plan had no spiritual approval. You will begin to feel light again, as if a heavy veil is lifting from your energy. That's the spiritual blockage dissolving. Your path is being cleared again. Everything they did in secret has now become your testimony. What they tried to bury you with is becoming your platform for rise. Type Amen to get blessing 311. The transfer of money was not just physical, it was spiritual. They tried to transfer your peace, your favor, and your identity. But heaven has hit undo. From this day on, strange favor will return to you. Random financial openings, surprise support, or prophetic confirmations will start to surround you. When you look into her eyes next, you will feel the truth vibrating. You will not need to ask, your spirit will already know. That's how strong your divine senses are becoming. Let this be your reminder. You were never left alone. You were divinely covered, even when you didn't know the plot against you. Type Amen to get blessing 411. The secret money transfer was a test, and you passed. You did not become bitter, you did not retaliate blindly, and you kept your heart soft. Now the reward will be released. There are records that will be corrected. Titles will return to your name. And the peace that was stolen will overflow. From this hour forward, no woman, no enemy, no betrayer will ever have authority over your wealth. The angels have now reclaimed the seal. Rise up now, chosen one. What was taken in silence will be returned in glory. Type Amen to get blessing 000. Archangel Michael says, the storm that was formed against your finances is now scattering. The cloud that tried to hover over your abundance is lifting by divine force. You are now entering the season where every hidden transaction will face divine reversal. The names involved are starting to tremble. You may not hear their confession immediately, but spiritually, they are being exposed one by one. The more they try to cover it up, the more they're being revealed to the heavenly courts. There is an older woman who knows about the financial theft, but she's been silent, either out of fear or loyalty to the wrong person. She is now being spiritually pressed to speak up. Her silence has tied her spirit to the wrongdoing, and heaven is shaking her conscience. You may soon overhear a slip of the tongue, or see a written note or text message that was not meant for your eyes. When it comes, don't dismiss it. That is confirmation from above. Type Amen to get blessing 222. Their plan was to delay your wealth, not to steal it all at once, but to leak it slowly over time so you wouldn't notice. But your spiritual radar has now activated, and every slow drip is being sealed shut. There are financial records, email threads, and conversations involving people you trusted. One of them deleted messages or tried to clear the history, but the heavens have already captured everything. You are not going backward. Even if they already transferred something, a divine mirror has been lifted over your finances. Anything redirected wrongfully is now returning with interest. The pressure they placed on your name is being lifted. The label they tried to attach to you, careless, unaware, unworthy, is being torn apart by angelic hands. Type Amen to get blessing 989. Soon, you may receive a letter or call from a financial institution, government agency, or digital platform asking to verify something. This is your divine opportunity to step in and reclaim your voice. Do not ignore these requests, they are heaven's disguised instruments of recovery. One of the people involved will try to act helpful again. They may act like they are trying to fix something for you. But be cautious, this is a trap to gain your trust again and cover their tracks. Let your silence be strategy. Let your awareness be your shield. Do not confront yet, gather, pray, and let God guide your next step. The enemy wants to provoke you into a reaction so they can label you unstable. Stay calm. You are being watched, but not by them, by heaven. Type Amen to get blessing 1444. Your intuition has been correct all along. That tight feeling in your chest. That odd shift in someone's tone. The dream where you saw numbers, faces, or shadows, none of that was your imagination. The documents they forged will eventually fall into your hands. The signatures will be traced. The accounts will be audited. Heaven is rearranging every hidden layer now. You were chosen not just to survive this attack, but to thrive after it. Your story is turning into a public testimony of divine vindication. They plotted, but they forgot who was walking with you. Their strategy is now collapsing like a house of cards caught in the wind of angels. Type Amen to get blessing 5005. A hidden bank transfer, possibly international, digital, or third-party authorized, is part of this. Someone added your details where they did not belong. You may find small charges or unfamiliar notifications soon. Every single one is a clue. Every accidental deduction is a breadcrumb leading to the center of the scheme. The woman involved has more control over your information than you realized. But she will soon lose that control, not because of you, but because heaven will cause her to make a mistake. She will trust the wrong person. She will reveal too much. And in that moment, her trap will close on herself. Type Amen to get blessing 2121. Her laughter behind your back is ending. That mockery, that silent pride she carried for believing she fooled you, it is being stripped from her spirit. She will now walk in fear of divine justice. Do not seek revenge. Let heaven finish this. You were not meant to fight this battle with human tools. You were meant to be still, observe, and allow divine fire to cleanse the space where your blessings flow. That fire has already begun. The winds are shifting. Her name is now under heavenly audit. She who thought she could change your destiny without spiritual permission is now feeling the tremble of justice. Type Amen to get blessing 1234. Someone close to her, possibly a sibling, a neighbor, or another woman, is starting to distance themselves. They can feel that something is wrong spiritually. The people involved are no longer in agreement. There will be tension among them soon. One will break. One will confess. One will beg for forgiveness. You don't need to seek out truth anymore. It is already on its way to you. Your financial records are being updated by divine hands. What looked like a loss will soon become an unexpected gain. What was hidden will now be shouted from rooftops, because heaven is done being quiet. Type Amen to get blessing 4004. The blessing coming your way is no longer attached to the corrupted channels. It's being redirected through holy streams, clean, protected, and multiplied. You will feel the shift in your sleep, your thoughts, and even your appetite. The spiritual fog is clearing. The confusion is dissolving. Her plans were meticulous, but so was heaven's plan to protect you from them. You were never left unguarded. There is a financial miracle forming behind the scenes. It will not look the same as what you lost, but it will cover more than what was stolen. Type Amen to get blessing 2020. You are stepping into your recovery. Not just financially, but emotionally and spiritually. The theft tried to shake your belief in others, but now your faith in divine protection is being fully restored. The enemies involved are now spiritually disconnected from your energy. What they tried to cling to is slipping from their grasp. Heaven has broken their link to you. You will hear a name again, a name you haven't heard in months. That name is tied to this story. It will show up in a strange way, and that's when your confirmation will scream in your spirit, "This is the one." Let your peace remain. Let your heart be still. God is finishing what they began without your consent. Type Amen to get blessing 3030. You are the original owner of this blessing. No paper, no deal, no scheme can take away what heaven already signed over to your soul. Even now, angelic messengers are preparing physical and digital proof. Your inheritance, spiritual and financial, is returning with divine fire surrounding it. Be patient. Be still. But most importantly, be ready. Because what's coming next will not only recover what they stole, it will elevate you in ways even you weren't expecting. Type Amen to get blessing 7777.